is Faculty Senate Chair Judy McDonald, bearing the University Mace, a traditional symbol of authority. Serving as her honor guard are Graduate and Professional Student Association President Shane Reynolds and Associated Students of Washington State University President Jordan Frost. And now, would everyone please stand? And now entering is the President's Platform Party, made up of Washington State University administration, college deans, the sophomore welcome speaker, the faculty speaker, the student regent, the provost, and the president. Please remain standing as Kaya Fife, a master's student in vocal performance, sings the Washington State University alma mater, Washington, My Washington. If you'd like to join along, the words are on your program and on the large screens.
Washington, my Washington, the crimson and the gray, 'tis the song of memory that we sing today. When the dark clouds follow you and sorrows round you play, just sing the song of Washington, the crimson and the gray. just sing the song of Washington, the crimson and the gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And now, how about a warm Cougar welcome for the 11th President of Washington State University, Dr. Kirk Schultz.
Well, good morning, and let's get our celebration started this morning with a big Go Cougs on the count of three. So 1, 2, 3. Not bad. I can tell you're first-year students here, so let's try one more time on the count of three. A big Go Cougs. I want them to hear it in Seattle and have all the folks there that made the decision to go to one of the other universities in the state go, wow, that was really a mistake. So on three. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Good morning and welcome to WSU. So that we have a memorable part of this event, I want everybody to take out your cell phone. You probably already have it out. And snap a selfie with the person sitting next to you. Make sure you introduce yourself. And tag myself and WSU Pullman on Twitter. Okay, this is also Vice President's got to do this and people up here as well. So I'm at WSU Cougar Prez, and I'll retweet these things out. So go ahead and do that. Awesome. Thank you. And I know this is supposed to be a solemn occasion, but hey, this is all part of the fun of being at WSU. So it's a delight and it's an honor to officially welcome you to the academic community at Washington State University during our annual university convocation. As someone who is starting his second year here in Pullman, I can tell you from personal experience that you're beginning an incredible journey that will change your life. You will grow in ways you cannot imagine, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and physically, just to name a few. In the years ahead, the university will offer you countless opportunities to pursue your interests and expand your horizons. Take advantage of those opportunities. Equally important, by choosing WSU to pursue a college degree, you're joining an incredibly supportive and nurturing Cougar community, a community that goes all out to help you achieve your academic and personal goals. We are striving as a leadership team and as a faculty and staff to make your WSU educational experience even better. Our Drive to 25, a new system-wide initiative to propel WSU to recognize status as one of the nation's top 25 public research universities, will enhance your educational experience and increase the prestige of your degree when you graduate. We are committed to providing you a truly transformative educational experience and accelerating development of a preeminent research portfolio, which will provide you with even more opportunities to get involved in research that benefits society and advances your post-college plans. Starting college can certainly be a little intimidating. You're surrounded by a vast group of highly intelligent, impressive people. Never forget that you are their peer. All of you are here because of your intelligence and accomplishments. We are all confident and want to help you to succeed here. I challenge you to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Each of you brings a unique set of talents and background to the WSU family. There is no limit to what you can contribute to our community and the betterment of society at large. My advice is to dive deeply into your interests through classwork, scholarship, and research opportunities. Get involved in campus organizations. Volunteer for worthy causes. Working together, we will show the world that Cougs make incredible contributions to the world. Remember, your most valuable asset in college is your time. Think hard about what you want to explore and achieve during the next few years. You'll probably have about 8 discretionary hours in every day. That discretionary hours time includes sleep time. So the best way to reach your goals and get the most out of your college experience is to spend that resource doing the things that are most important to you. Let me offer you a few practical tips for success. I'm often asked, hey, Kirk, you've been in higher education for 25 years. What is the secret to success? The number one secret to success is always go to class. Very simple. Got to go to class. You may say, well, you know, Kirk, I've had this stuff before in high school. I've had it before in a community college. I don't need it. I know it. You'll be amazed at how important it is to simply get up, go to class on a regular basis. Second, when you're in class, participate fully. Join discussions, ask questions. Whenever you can, sit in the front row. I've taught many, many years, and it was interesting. If the classroom held 100 seats and we had 80 students, guarantee the first 2 rows were always empty. Sit up front, especially if you're tired, because what it does is it forces you to pay attention and be involved and engaged. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to learn and grow as much as you can. There will be unexpected hurdles to cross. There will be distractions that try and divert you from the path that you plan. It's okay that you stumble from time to time. If that happens, be sure to reach out. We have faculty and staff and student peers around you to help you be successful. The students who ask for help are the students who graduate with honors. Maintain a mindset that's thirsty for growth. You have talent, intellect, and the grit to achieve amazing things. Believe in your own potential. Stay focused on your goals. With focus and hard work, you will succeed. So again, welcome to the Cougar family. You and your fellow students are about to embark on a shared experience. You'll share class, living spaces, and activities. You share ideas and dreams. We live in a time of some uncertainty politically and otherwise. We are committed at WSU to having a welcoming, inclusive, and diverse environment. You all will contribute to that. You'll also be frustrated at times, and I urge you to voice those frustrations with your colleagues in a great way. Part of being on a campus is being intellectually curious, is being out and about and learning about other things, and experiencing the growth that comes from being around people from all across the world, the nation, from different backgrounds. We are committed to have a great environment for you here at WSU, and we'll do everything we can to ensure your success. So, and all, welcome to the family. And once again, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Go Cougs. I'd like to introduce you to Dan Bernardo, Provost and Executive Vice President of Washington State University. If you wonder what a provost does all the stuff a president doesn't want to do. So provost is responsible for the academic mission at WSU. Dan is the university's senior academic officer, and from 2005 to 2013 served as Vice President for Agriculture and Extension and Dean of the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences, or Connors. Do we have any students here that are going to be in Connors? Let me hear a little bit of applause. Okay, I know the engineering students would be much more excited about their opportunity. So one more time, how many Connors students do we have here? Thank you, slightly better. All right, Dan is a passionate Coug, having completed his PhD at WSU, so please give a warm Cougar welcome to Provost Dan Bernardo.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome Cougs. Well, I have the pleasure of formally introducing to all of you our leadership team from this great institution. This year, we have an amazing group of distinguished entering students, faculty, and staff. It's because of all of you that Washington State University continues to foster excellence and promote the highest level of teaching, learning, and leadership. So first, I'd like to introduce some of our leaders. Please hold your applause until the introductions are complete. Will those I introduce please stand and remain standing, and we'll see if they follow directions. Okay. First, we have Alyssa Norris. Alyssa is the new student regent, your representative on the Board of Regents. Next, our faculty speaker today, Julie Quebec, the 2017 Salin Faculty Excellence Award winner for instruction. And then our sophomore welcome speaker, Alexander Caprosi. Yeah, all right. He's got his fan club. Next, Asif Chadre, Vice President for International Programs. So, over here, okay. David Saleh, Vice President for Academic Outreach and Innovation. Mary Jo Gonzalez, Head Coug and Vice President for Student Affairs. Christopher Keene, Vice President for Research. Joan King, Associate Vice President and Chief University Budget Officer. Sashi Pillay, Vice President of Information Technology Services and Chief Information Officer. Phil Weiler, Vice President for Marketing and Communications. Daryl DeWall, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Phyllis Erdman, Associate Dean of the College of Education. Lisa Gloss, Interim Dean of the Graduate School. Chip Hunter, Dean of the Carson College of Business. And Rich Koenig, Associate Dean of the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences. Kathy McKay, Interim Dean of Students. M. Grant Norton, Dean of the Honors College. Mary Rizak, Dean of the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. There she is, over here again, okay. Brian Slinker, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Brigitte Josephowski, Chair of the Administrative Professional Advisory Council. Judy McDonald, Chair of the Faculty Senate. Shane Reynolds, President of the Graduate and Professional Student Association. Oh, I'm sorry. Bruce Pinkleton, Interim Dean of the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication. My apologies. And finally, your ASWSU President, Jordan Frost. I'm trying out for the voice of the Cougars, and you know, our basketball coach is here. I've got to make a good impression. Okay, well, thank you. You may be seated. Among the faculty, administrators, and staff who participated in the processional this morning are several caring experts from our nationally recognized first-year focused Living Learning Community Program. Would the first-year focused faculty please stand? These faculty, distinguished by their silver stoles, will be working specifically with our incoming first-year students this fall in a variety of general education classes and in conjunction with our residence halls and libraries. Next, would all faculty and staff here today please stand and remain standing? These dedicated educators, researchers, and public servants change our state and world for the better through research, scholarship, and outreach work, and help shape our students' experiences at Washington State University. It is with admiration that we thank our faculty and staff with a great round of applause for the work they do. You may be seated. The Associated Students of Washington State University, or ASWSU, serve as a resource and advocate for all current and prospective students. Would the ASWSU officers here please stand? These are your student leaders. Hopefully you'll get to know them in the coming months. And thank you, all, your student leaders, for their service. And most importantly are our students. You are the heartbeat of this institution and the reason we are all here today. New and transfer students, please stand. It is truly a distinct pleasure to present you, the newest members. Please remain standing. The newest members of the Cougar family, to the remainder of our audience. Welcome to WSU. President Schultz, it is indeed my honor to present to you Washington State University's 2017 entering class. Please be seated. Now I would like to present the sophomore welcome speaker. Someone who at this time last year sat where you are today. Here to speak about his freshman experience and the lessons learned at WSU over the past year, please welcome Alexander Caprosi.
Thank you, Provost Bernardo. All right, I know you've done it a few times already, but let's start this off the right way. Can I get a go, Cougs? Woohoo, sweet, I have always wanted to do that. Welcome. My name is Alexander Caprosi, and I'm a current sophomore at Washington State University. It feels odd the way the word sophomore rolls off my tongue because honestly, I was just in those seats not long ago. Standing up here can really make you realize just how fast your first year flies by. Your time as a university student is going to be a far cry from anything that you're used to. But if I could give you one piece of advice going into this beautiful mess, don't rush to the end. See, what I've learned is that humans have this tendency to live for the future, to get lost in the day-to-day tasks and to close their eyes until the weekend comes. Unfortunately, that doesn't sound like the college experience we all look for. Now, trust me, it's not as if I had the slightest clue of what to do when I got here. It was during my second week of school that I overheard that there would be hall government elections for my residence hall. I was new, confused, knew no one, and thought, what do I have to lose? So I ran. That single action set me onto a track of activity and student involvement that launched me into the positions I hold in my fraternity, ASWSU, as a resident advisor, and subsequently afforded me the privilege to speak in front of you all today. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be in hall government, ASWSU, or be Greek to enjoy your time here, but I do have one expectation. Go beyond your job description as a student. Do more than just getting your degree and leaving. See, the world can cram a decade's worth of beauty into a single second, but you'll miss out on those moments if you're more concerned with where you're at in 5 years than where you're at now. I mean, make some crazy decisions. Join your dream major. Study abroad. Start that club that may not be on campus yet. Join a rec league. Literally do anything other than keep your head down. This experience is made for you. You get one really good shot at it. And please know that there are so many people that couldn't make it to be in those seats with you today. Because not everyone gets to go to college. Not everyone gets to attend a four-year university, and bless their hearts, but not everyone gets to be a Coug. Ooh, yeah. I mean, some even make the worst possible decision for themselves and become Huskies. Now, I don't know much less why they thought I was qualified enough to speak in front of you all today. But what I do know is that I see too many people who treat college like another step before they actually start living their lives. The problem is, living for a day that is yet to come will make you miss out on the best parts of being a college student. Because listen very carefully. No one else and nothing else can make this experience great for you. So don't wait for the perfect first step to present itself. Don't let circumstance dictate the plans you make, and don't sit idly by waiting for the right opportunity. Create those opportunities. And understand that it's never going to feel easy. Some days will be more mundane than the drive from the west side to Pullman, and waking up for your 8 a.m. class will feel like the physical equivalent of resurrecting from the dead. Ultimately, you will be the one to decide if days like these stop you in your tracks. So I'll ask you, how do you want your time at WSU to look? Because this experience can be boring. It can be dreadful. It can be an unsightly stain on your young adulthood, or it can be everything you ever hoped for. Start living your life now. Embrace this chaos. Take everything this university has to offer you and run miles with it. Be the next great Cougar success story and show this world what you have to offer. And at the end of the day, you can start by being more than just a student. Go Cougs! Thank you.
Well, thank you, Alexander. Next year's sophomore welcome speaker will come from one of you, so we look forward to hearing about your first year at WSU. It's now my honor to introduce our faculty speaker, Dr. Julie Quebec. Julie is the university's 2017 Salem Faculty Award winner for teaching. She teaches courses like Gender and Work and Social Inequality in the Department of Sociology. She is a dedicated teacher and a high-impact researcher. And she says it's a privilege to watch students learn how to think differently about their place in the social world. She incorporates her research on race and gender and the workplace into her classroom, challenging students to think of issues like the glass ceiling at work, the way employers make decisions about workers, and the way the workplace policies shape worker experiences, making a richer experience to her students and gaining valuable insight from their perspective. She is an outstanding educator, one of the university's very best, and this speaking engagement is truly a high honor. Please extend a warm welcome to Dr. Julie Quebec.
Thank you, Provost Bernardo, and welcome everyone. So by this time next week, you will have the syllabi for all of your fall courses. The curious among you will have looked at the required readings, and the very curious among you will have actually counted the number of pages that you have to read between now and December. Yes, a mild panic might set in for those of you who do that, which is why you might find it really awful advice for me to stand here and tell you that your college experience will be even better if you read even more. And by read, I don't mean study. I mean read things like books, fiction, memoirs, things off of the required reading list. Not all learning comes from the books that you are required to read and that are on the syllabi. And I think students can learn a lot from indulging in reading things like a fictional account of a Chinese interpreter who accompanies his boss on a trip to Peru, who find themselves being held hostage and both falling in love. the interpreter falling in love with a Peruvian terrorist who's held him captive, and his boss falls in love with another hostage, an Italian opera singer. This is an actual plot of a book, Bel Canto by Anne Patchett, there we go, it's appearing here for you now. And this year's Common Reading Selection, Ready Player One, fits into this kind of category. But don't misunderstand me, I also want you to do all that required reading, and we instructors can tell when you don't, by the way. But in my roughly 15 years of teaching at Washington State University, I have come to observe the traits of excellent students, students who succeed in the classroom and who gain a lot of insight from their time in college. Students who, by the time they graduate, have grown socially and academically in ways they don't even imagine is possible. I'm going to spend the next few minutes explaining to you how reading off of the required reading list can make you that excellent student, how it can enhance your time in college. For starters, reading off the required list helps you leave your comfort zone. An excellent student is willing and able to hear new and different viewpoints, to be challenged, to be confused, to not have all the answers. She can mentally and physically be somewhere else. Reading off of the required list can help you do this. For example, in this book by Chimamanda Adichie, you can see life through the eyes of a girl from Nigeria who moves to the United States to attend college. After college, she decides to start a blog and talk about her experiences with race and racism, both in the United States and in an African society. And given recent events in our country, I think this is the kind of book that all of us should be reading right now. Or in this book, Kavalier and Clay, you can experience life through the eyes of two Jewish boys during World War II living in New York. They create a comic book together whose hero, the escapist, helps them tell their own stories of escape, one from homosexuality and the other from his Jewish roots. Reading books like these takes you from what you know. Maybe you're a student graduating from a small farming community in Washington where you were one of 20 people in your graduating class, or you just arrived here from a different country. When you read, you're brought to new times, new places, into new conversations with people you've never met before, and you can learn from them in ways you can't even imagine. In my observations of the classroom over the past 15 years, I've noticed that a student really starts to get the material if she gets out of that space she has always known and gets uncomfortable. She has to not know everything. She's that engineering student who takes a sociology class, or that business student who takes a landscape design class. Reading off of the required reading list helps you put things into perspective. An excellent student understands that he will face hardships, frustrations, and challenges in college. He'll be angry when his friends make plans without him. He'll be really annoyed when he ruins his first load of laundry. He'll be devastated when he fails his first exam. More importantly, though, he knows how to step back and consider the bigger picture. Oftentimes, this perspective will help him see a challenge more clearly. Reading helps you gain this perspective. For example, the minor things you struggle with pale in comparison when you read this book, Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry. It's a book about 4 people who find themselves living together in an apartment in urban India, in a country that has no economic opportunity, no good prospects for single women, that discriminates against religious minorities, and engages in mass sterilization of unwilling citizens. Of course, this is not to diminish challenges you may face here, or to say that all of the problems that you have are minor. But too often, I see students get bogged down in the small problems they encounter on a daily basis so that they cannot see college for the amazing place that it is. And I'm not sure if you know this, but there's actually something called bibliotherapy. It's the real practice of psychologists and therapists prescribing books to people who suffer from particular problems, things like sadness or anxiety, and it's with the idea that reading will help them get over these ailments. Bibliotherapy works in part because the characters you read about suffer from the same problems you might have, and you see them work through them, or a book might inspire you to approach a problem in a different way. In their book, The Novel Cure, which is like a medical guide that offers books rather than medicines or drugs to cure ailments, authors and bibliotherapists Ella Berthoud and Susan Elderkin offer reading cures for a host of ailments. So, given that I know what some college students sometimes suffer from, that problem of procrastination, I decided to look up procrastination in their book. And their suggestion for people who suffer from this is to read this book, Ishiguro's The Remains of the Day. The bibliotherapists say that procrastination has nothing at all to do with being lazy or being too busy. Its causes are emotional. A procrastinator avoids tasks associated with uncomfortable emotions. Well, in this book, and I'm not going to go into detail so you can read it yourself, the butler avoids all emotions, and his lack of an emotional reaction to major life events gives the reader something pretty interesting to consider. Finally, reading off the required reading list teaches you persistence and time management. An excellent student knows how to stick to the tasks she sets out to do and do them while doing everything else. Adding reading off of the required reading list helps you to your daily routine, helps you manage your time and prioritize. Becoming a reader can give you a goal. Maybe you want to set a goal of reading a book after every paper you write or after every exam you complete. Having a goal forces you to fit in reading. Fitting reading in forces you to use your time wisely. For starters, you can actually read about people with amazing persistence who seem to pack into a few years what some of us actually accomplish in a lifetime or less, like Jack and Draka, this guy here. He's a 15-year-old who, after a family friend dies from pancreatic cancer, invented a method of early cancer detection. It was a roughly 4-cent strip of paper capable of detecting pancreatic, ovarian, and lung cancer that's 400 times more effective than what the medical establishment uses now. And he did this, by the way, while suffering from his own depression, homophobic bullying, and rejection from established scientists. On a more personal note, since 2014, I've made it my New Year's resolution to read a book a week. And by that I mean one off the required reading list, so nothing that I had to do for work. And in fact, almost all the books that I've showed you today are those that I've read in the course of making these resolutions for myself. But like so many New Year's resolutions, I've not yet accomplished mine. The closest I came in 2015 when I read 36 books. But by making reading part of my daily routine, I've learned how to work more effectively in my office, and you'll never see me in line or in a waiting room without a book. So in short, I have observed that students who figure out how to manage their time, those who can figure out how to do all the required reading, finish their assignments, complete things in advance, they have far better success in the classroom, not only in terms of their grades, but in terms of their life balance, and I feel like they are more proud of their work. In the brief amount of time that remains, I'm going to help you get started. Visit this place. Visit the libraries at Washington State University and in town. They're free, no money involved. I won't even list the countless number of places in town and online where you can buy books. In the Holland Library here on campus in Pullman, you can find fiction in the third floor stacks around the call number PS 3500. You might be saying, well, I don't really know what to read. No worries. Start with lists of award-winning books, books that have won awards like the Booker Prize, the National Book Award, the Pulitzer Prize, the Nobel Prize for Literature. It's a misconception that these books are difficult to read. It's often the opposite. They're so engaging and exciting you won't want to put them down. Take an English literature class. Sure, fiction and memoirs might be on the required reading list, but at least when you read them, you'll get a sense of authors, genres, and styles that you like that you can carry forward in different places. So, go forth and read. Your time at Washington State University will benefit from what you gain from learning to leave your comfort zone, from being able to put things into perspective, from learning persistence and time management. I'm currently reading book number 19 from my 2017 New Year's resolution, so if you have a book out there that you'd love to recommend, I'd love to see you in the stacks. Go Cougs!
Well, thank you, Julie, for those inspiring words. So, now, I'd like to introduce again your ASWSU President, Jordan Frost. Jordan?
Well, I bet you're all ready to go to the barbecue and get some food, so I'll keep this short and sweet for you. I was hoping for that applause. As your new student body president, I am so excited to welcome each and every one of you to the Cougar family. There are so many great things happening on campus, and I encourage you to take advantage of this experience. Meet all of the amazing people around you. Take some risks and explore new places on campus. Get involved and try something new. Take your education seriously, but don't forget to have fun. I also want you to remember that you're not on this journey alone. Help is always there, you just have to ask for it. Everyone that you see on this stage is committed to your success and is always available to assist you in every way. You can also visit cougarsuccess.wsu.edu to find an expansive list of resources and contacts to help you with any and every situation you might encounter at Washington State University. We are a community of Cougs helping Cougs, and we live by that creed. This is your time and your experience, and it is up to you to mold it the way you want it to be. Make a difference and change the world. I look forward to seeing you around campus. Thank you, and go Cougs.
Students, administration, faculty, staff, and families, at this time I'll ask you to take out your program that looks just like this one, and then open it up. The pin that you see inside marks your common entry point on this journey that will last your entire life. You will walk this journey alongside literally thousands of other Cougs who have walked these same paths, lived in these residence halls, learned in these classrooms, studied in these libraries, and worked in these buildings. So Mary Jo Gonzalez, Phil, Kathy, and Mary, will you please join Provost Bernardo and myself at the podium? Come on. As a symbol of this journey, I ask you now, here's our pin. Will you start pinning away? As a symbol of this journey, I ask that you now remove the pin and very carefully pin the person seated next to you. It is very neat. I've never seen this anywhere. John wears them all with pride, yeah. Sorry, the adults up here are a little slow on the whole pinning thing, so, because we're being very careful. Okay, you now share a common bond. You're now scholars, you're now family, you're now Cougars. Thank you. Yeah, let's hear a big round of applause for that. You're now Cougars, yes. Thank you for being on this journey with us. Keep this pin, wear it again in 4 or 5 years, and we will certainly see you at graduation. And once again, go Cougs. Oh man, after such a great time, let's try again. Go Cougs. Excellent. Jordan, come on up.
All right. So part of being a Cougar is the Wsu Fight Song, which yeah, that's great. Which you will all or already hold close to your hearts. So please stand and join me in welcoming the WSU Cougar Marching Band as they lead us in the WSU Fight Song.
Okay, well, that's our band and our prize mascot. Aren't they the best? Now, we are just about done, but before we conclude our ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our ASL interpreters, Ashley Dietery and Sean Hardesty, the offstage announcer, Tom Saylor, the Beasley Coliseum crew, New Student Programs, University Communications, and University Ceremonies for their contributions to this event. Please join me in showing your appreciation with a round of applause. Well, this concludes our ceremony. We're ready to begin the fall semester on Monday, and we're proud that you are a part of WSU. We invite all of you to join us at the campus picnic immediately following the recessional across the overpass on Cougar Way. For the recessional, please remain seated until the platform party and the faculty have departed. You will be excused by your row leaders. Honor Guard, please lead the recessional, and we'll see how this goes. Go Cougs!